This is our neuron model. So you can see there is a cell body over here, also called a soma, and then there's lots of extensions that come off of it, okay? So let's focus first on this cell body. So in the cell body, you're gonna see a nucleus right here, this brown thing in the middle. All of these bluish organelles are called Nissl bodies. And then if we go to the other half of the neuron, these brown things are called neurofibrils, and they run throughout that soma. Okay, now let's look at some extensions off of this soma. So every neuron has multiple dendrites. So all of these extensions up here are the dendrites, and those are the ears of the neuron. They're picking up information. And then they usually have one big, long axon. So there's the axon, and that is the information going out of the neuron. We can also see over here that there are axons from a neighboring neuron somewhere over here that's sending information to the dendrites and to the plasma membrane here of this cell. Okay, so these axons are coming from friends, but you can see here at the bottom of the axon where it interacts with the cell, there is an enlargement. That is the axon terminus. And then where that axon terminus interacts with the cell itself is called the synaptic cleft. And remember, that's a little space where the neurotransmitters will travel back and forth. All right. Now, remember in muscles that the plasma membrane had a fancy special name because it was in a muscle cell? Well, our plasma membrane in these neurons are going to have a fancy name too. So this is called a neurolemma, okay? And that covers the whole outside of the cell. Then if we come down here, there is a connective tissue covering that goes outside of that neurolemma, and that is called the endoneurium. All right, let's spend some time now talking about this specialized axon here. Where the axon connects with the soma, this is called the axon hillock, okay, axon hillock. And then the axon is going to be what's brown going all the way through here. But we also have this yellow that's wrapped around it. So what wraps around these axons are called Schwann cells. Okay, so these are the nuclei of the Schwann cells. And these cells are really thin and they're filled with adipose, and they wrap many, many times around an axon. So Schwann cell, and what they make up, this yellow, is called the myelin sheath. Okay, so the myelin sheath is made out of Schwann cells. Okay, and you'll see that that Schwann cell isn't as long as the whole axon. It's only from here to here, right? And then here's another Schwann cell. So this area right here between two Schwann cells is called the node of Ranvier. Okay, so the myelin sheath is made up of a Schwann cell, and then between those Schwann cells is a node of Ranvier.